So, from my perspective, the importance of vibrational intelligence is to really be able to discern what's happening inside of you and to be willing to address it, to either express it as a creative force or to understand it if it's manifesting as a destructive force within your life, and always be willing to make that reference point internally, because anything that we see in the world is really a reflection of the vibration that we're manifesting inside of our own body. So if we have a situation where we are having a series of negative encounters or a series of unsuccessful relationships, the answer is never to be found in that other person or in that experience, except as a reflection of what's happening inside of you. And that's really where the intelligence comes in, to be able to say to yourself, I've had 3 disastrous relationships in the last couple of years. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing that's causing that to happen? Or what am I doing that is inviting it to happen, would be more of a realistic way of looking at it, because our vibrational signature is the invitation to creation to give us what we want. So a lot of times we're in a position where we do affirmations. I'm going to exercise, I'm going to do the right thing. But if the affirmation is only an exercise of your intellectual mind, it's not going to have the same impact as if you're allowing yourself to hold the vibrational signature of what it is that you want to be the experience of your life. So if you're in a situation where you want to have a loving relationship, you have to first begin to imagine what that feels like. You first have to be able to bring yourself to a point of being able to give that kind of unconditional love in order to attract it. And then even getting a little bit beneath that, you have to be able to love yourself in that way that you want to be loved. And so if you're not able to have that authentic feeling and understanding and love of yourself, then there's always going to be some manifestation of that in your life, reflecting that you have an issue with that. And so the thing to do is really begin to look at your life, to look at your situation, and to begin to have an understanding of what is in you that's reflecting out and creating these relationships or creating these experiences. And one of the ways to discover that is to be silent, is to allow your inner being to communicate with you. And so you can simply put yourself into a quiet space, reach into your own body with your awareness, and feel for the answer. And the answer will come to you. And you can reach into your own body, into your own awareness, and ask, and the answer will come to you. Our systems are very aware, are very conscious, and your body can talk to you in a language that you can understand. But primarily it talks to you as a feeling. It talks to you as a feeling. And where we get lost in that feeling is when we bring a judgment to the feeling. So let's say you have a feeling of extreme anger. Somebody did something that was very hurtful to you and you're really angry about it. The thing that would cause that anger to go deeper into a suppressed state would be to judge yourself for it. So it's important to be able to say, I'm angry, I recognize that I'm angry, it's okay that I'm angry, and I have a right to be angry. And you give yourself permission to have that feeling, to let that feeling run its course through your body, because it's talking to you. And what will happen is you'll go through this rage maybe, and it might take you a little while. but then it will have expressed itself and it will release itself, and then it'll be clear from you forever. But when you have this anger and you're saying, no, I'm a good person, I'm not going to be angry about this, I'm gonna forgive. Not that we shouldn't forgive, but it's important to just be raw with your feelings and be okay with the feelings so that they don't trip you up later. And at least this way it prevents us from digging deeper holes and begins to clear the field around us, and then we can begin to look behind and say, okay, what did my parents do? What did my great-grandparents do? What did society do? So we have all this stuff heaped on us, and then we walk around saying, oh, I must be crazy, I must be wrong, I must be stupid. Well, no, we're really radiant, beautiful, sacred beings. Everyone in this room, everyone on this planet is a beautiful, sacred, radiant being, but we've been in a situation that has caused us extreme challenges, and we've been educated in such a way that doesn't give us the truth of who we are. And so we have an opportunity at this point to sort of throw off some of those chains with the full acknowledgement of who we are, that we're divine, sacred beings. That's really the message. And anything that contradicts that needs to be thrown away. Anything that says that you are bad or wrong or any kind of judgment, we need to throw it away. It's meaningless. Its purpose is to create out of divine beings slaves. That's what its purpose is. And so we're living in a culture where these thought forms, I guess would be the best way to put it, have been inculcated for generations, for hundreds of thousands of years. And here we are thinking, oh, I must be bad. No. Imagine all of that energy of inculcation, not just in the society. It's coming through in reflection through your cells and your DNA. And so so if your mother was abused, you're going to feel that as the child of that mother. If your father or grandfather was murdered, you're going to feel that. It's in your DNA. So all of this energy of our history comes through our DNA, and then we walk into the world like innocent little kids wondering, how did things go so wrong? And I think it's really because we don't understand the milieu that we're in. We don't understand that we're not just a physicality, that we are an energy. We are a sacred being of energy, an entity that's radiant and has light. And light is not just light. Light is information. Light brings you a message with it. And so the practice of developing this intelligence is being able to read and understand all these levels of expression that are part of our own being. So not only to read it, but we also have to monitor the inculcated programming. So one of the first steps is to watch your mind. What is your mind telling you? Are you walking around the world saying, oh, I'm stupid. I just don't know anything. I can't figure anything out. Or, oh, I'm shy. I can't really talk to people. What is the message you're giving yourself? That's an energetic signature that is feeding into every cell of your body and causing you to be formed in that energetic signature. So if you are angry with someone in your life or carrying an energy of anger for yourself, that anger is going to be carried in your field as this energy signature. It's going to be feeding into your cells, and your cells are going to be dying. And you're going to be dying. And it has a real strong impact on your life. And so it's really important to catch, because it's programming. It's not that we even have an opportunity to think about it. It's programming. And so we need to really listen to our thoughts and recognize how often we say something negative to ourselves or about ourselves. And that negativity, manufactured by maybe thousands of times a day, can lead to cancer, can lead to stroke, can lead to heart disease, because that vibration is impacting the cellular structure, which is becoming rigid with that anger and fear, and with the rigidity, it's not functioning, and it eventually will break down and you'll have an illness. And in the same way, if you're in that path of illness, you can begin to rejuvenate your cellular structure the same way by monitoring your thoughts, bringing that energy of love into your body. One of the reasons I wanted to start with that meditation is because that's the energy that will heal you. So when you go into the heart will never fail you. The problem is that we don't listen to our hearts. But the heart is connected to your divine being, and that's all it will ever give you. But we don't listen, and it takes practice to really hear what the heart is saying. So when you're in a situation of discordance, it's always prudent to go into the heart, allow yourself to just be bathed in that energy. And then as you learn some of these practices, you breathe that energy into your body. You breathe it into the cells that are being affected. You bring it into the emotions that are causing problems in your body. And the more and more that you begin to be attentive to it, you begin to walk around as a field of healing energy, of nourishing energy, of being able to have an impact just by your very presence. It's because everything is resonating. You've seen these people around here with these tuning forks and with these vibrations of sound and bowls. What is all that doing? It's attuning your system to a vibration, I don't want to say high in the sense that one is better than the other, but it's at a frequency that allows your cells to be rejuvenated. So there are so many different ways to use energy and frequency to rejuvenate yourself and to heal yourself. And another thing you can do is just toning with your own body. And so as you do your own toning, you can adjust your system. So you can walk around feeling, grumpy, or you can take a few minutes to attune yourself, and then you become more radiant, and as you walk around with that radiance, what comes into you is going to be more radiance. So it's a very powerful, powerful thing. So what I'd like to do is for us to do that kind of toning attunement. It's something I do a lot in my classes. And the tone is song, S-O-N-G. And what that does is it aligns you through the middle with the golden beam of light, connecting to the center of the earth and reaching up to the cosmos. And so as you do that toning, your whole body begins to align in the golden light, and as we do it collectively, it expands around us and collectively to include the whole room. So we'll just do a few because we're getting a little close in time. So the tone is song. So let's use this side stuff first and then this side, and we'll just let the tone resonate a little bit. It begins to be like a singing bowl. So let's start. So just keep going, keep the tone going. Just a way of beginning to change the vibration in your body, in the room around you. And there are all these tools that you'll find around this place. The key is to find what resonates with you. For some people it's a crystal, for some people it's a bowl, for some people it's hands-on, for some people it's just compassion. And so you look for that thing that resonates to help you, and you also offer it in the service of others, and that's really important as well. We're almost out of time. I just wanted to say, it goes very quickly, I have a lot of programs, drop-in Qigong classes, meditation programs, and courses actually for those who want to become either a Qigong teacher or a healer. So there's a lot that I'm doing this year, and I invite you to do more, including a support group, a WBAI spiritual support group, which